Yes, folks, what we saying? Thought I'd hop on Instagram Live quickly and just chat some business. Not that I am the most worth listening to person ever. One thing I will say before I come on live is like, I mean, there's loads of people, but like, I was stalking Jenna Elevate's account, if you're familiar with her a bit. And like, it just makes me realise like how many like there's so much like resources out there, and like I feel like the way that I approach my stuff on here half the time is like I feel like I can have a ego problem sometimes. A lot of people do, especially more in your youth before you've got like used to seeing the ego. But it's like, what I mean is I talk with this like assumption, like I'm trying to preserve my stuff as if it's the best stuff out there, kind of. Where it's like, oh, I promise I've got updates soon, guys. I'm always talking about me. I'm like self-centered. But it's like there's so many other people out there that have already done what I'm trying to do. To an extent where it's like, that's a big reason why I've diluted my stuff over the years. Where it's like, I don't even upload mostly my own creations and content and talks these days. I upload other people's stuff. Because other people are, if not like better at articulating and executing what I'm trying to do. Not that I don't have my own unique vision and nuances and stuff, like when it comes to be. And when it kind of like reaches fruition, I'm sure it'll be unique and I'll have my own unique path and business and brand and everything. And it will have its own value. Like how most kind of public intellectuals or podcast or any kind of like rabbit hole or online personality, they kind of have their own sticking points, and there's contrast between everyone that you might watch or listen to, and they all have their pros and cons, and you have to cherry pick sometimes, where it's like I take the good and I leave the bad often. Where it's like you have to like detox from the programs of the people you listen to, because like everyone if I ever listen to a podcast or read a book or anything, they have insights for you, but like you have to take some and leave some. And yeah, like everyone has their pros and cons kind of. But what I was saying is like, because I upload so many other people's like music and talks and clips, and someone said to me ages ago, probably like a year ago, they were like, OXSN's like a DJ at this point, like, and I didn't used to be. I have like joked with like, I thought I'd change this Instagram account to just DJ OXSN and then just make a new one that's my actual one, because this one's so diluted now. It's got a lot of good stuff on it, but it's just spam quantity. A lot of that is the utility of the speed. I stopped editing because editing is a long thing. So yeah, I upload a lot of, yo Ryan, what you saying? I upload a lot of other people's stuff because I feel like a lot of other people they've already done what I'm trying to do, kind of. So say Ryan Sanders just joined the chat, he's got, for the most part, he's an artist and he's got like conscious music, and he has already said like the best vocalization that I could deliver to you one-on-one on this camera right now. It's like I might as well just upload Ryan Sanders tunes and a little bit of Traumatic and a bit of Payday or something, because it's like, that's why I do it, is because like people have already said what I'm trying to say better than I could ever say it. Obviously it's not that black and white, like I probably know things Ryan doesn't and vice versa, which is why I'll upload multiple people. But yeah, I'm just saying, like, I can have this kind of ego where it's like, I have this assumption that, like, it's like self-centeredness. Yo, man. What I mean is, like, yeah, I'm on here, like, so concerned with myself. Like, yo, guys, I promise I got updates coming soon. And shit like that. And it's like, I'm so, like, hooked and hinged on, like, when I will finally be who I want to be, but it's like there's so many people out there who are already a lot more actualized than me, and that's a lot of why I share their resources. And I don't know if you're familiar, Ryan, with Jenna from Elevate Festival. I was just kind of stalking her page for a bit, and I just got like a shot of inspiration. That's all. It's just like there's a lot of people out here doing a lot of stuff. Like, what I mean is, like, I'm like being a lone guy, like waiting on the day when I will self-actualize, but a lot of people are already self-actualized a lot. So you might as well go and check out their resources, and everyone does. So I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. That's a good point, to be fair. I do the opposite. No one gets shit. That's a good point, to be fair. I do the opposite. No one gets shared by me. Yeah. Yeah, true. It depends who you are, innit? There's all different, like, we all have our own, like, unique role to play in it, I guess. But, like, Katie, or Quintessence, she was, like, giving me a name at one point around something like Bridge, which didn't go very far. But, like, what I mean by that is because we talk about, me and her both recognise that, like, a lot of what I have done, at least, is, like, I like to, like, and I have, like, a passion for, like, interconnecting the community, kind of, where it's, like, what you say there, Ryan, you don't share anybody, but I've shared your stuff, haven't I? And I've got, like, if you go search Ryan Sanders on Rumble, or on YouTube and that, I bet some of our stuff will come up, whereas sometimes I'll just, like, screen record a snippet or something on your story, potentially, and upload it and just put unreleased snippet or thing like that. Or, like, we'll do an Instagram live. And I kind of like being this person where it's, like, I can, like, just have, like, catalogues of, like, unreleased... I've got unreleased Traumatic, unreleased Ryan, unreleased Michael D'Souza. And then, like, I'll do a podcast with each of them. And it's, like, I feel like it'd be cool to have, like... And the ideas are so, like, infinitely expanding as well, and that's the thing, like, and I'm just sat here talking about these ideas that are endlessly flowing through me, when really I need to, like, get to solidifying a lot of these ideas. But see, a lot of what I just spoke about, that's only, like, for the conscious rapper community, but then there's the whole other side to it, where, like, because I do feel like the conscious rapper community is kind of quite niche in a way, where, like, I don't know how many of them, man, know about half of this huge podcast world and how deep they've actually gone with it. Where, like, that's all like, I can interconnect the conscious rapper community type stuff, but then I can also interconnect, like, the public intellectual type stuff, because, like, I've watched and I know, like, I've studied a lot of these, like, public intellectuals and these podcasters through and through so much, and it'd just be cool to, like, to get, like, each of them on a podcast. And I find it cool to just interconnect people, and, like, to have it so it's, like, for example, there's a YouTube channel called Thought Criminal Music, and they upload Mr. Traumatic. I don't believe they've uploaded any of you, Ryan, at the minute, but they could, and they likely will if you contact them. They recently have uploaded quite a bit of Trev Mental, who I actually got Trev Mental a song with Flowmatic, and this is exactly what I mean. So it's what I was saying about Quintessence saying Bridge or whatever the fuck. It's just like, there's many different names that I'm always, like, tossing and turning around in my mind, trying to see if I can make it sound cool eventually. Like, you could swap Bridge for interconnectedness, or just connection in general. But yeah, it's like, for example, Flowmatic, who I've met in real life, who's a English conscious rapper. I randomly reached out to him and a artist from America, and I was like, you two should do a song together. And they both hit me up, they were like, you're right, we should. And they didn't know it about each other before that. So I just find it cool, like, I almost need people to know about each other as well. Like, I can't have, like, there's, like, these conscious rappers and these artists, they literally pour their whole, like, life purpose and passion into creating and articulating their craft. And they've been doing that for, like, 20, 30 years, yeah. And it's mad to me how they don't know about other people who are doing, like, the same thing. And I tell them about each other, and then they'll end up doing a feature together or something. And it's cool. Like you can feel life purpose. Like it's actually kind of like it's you shouldn't live your life purpose through other people. Where it's like you can almost watch like a content creator or podcaster or anyone or public intellectual, and like you can share a vision with them, and then like you feel purposeful just by like promoting and sharing their stuff. But that's kind of a weak life purpose in a way. Like you should have your own intrinsic life purpose. You shouldn't like instead of making my own music, I share other people's music. And perhaps that's why Ryan doesn't share other people's stuff, because he's making his own stuff. Hi, Luna. Oh, I just got my dog staring at me. But yes, Mew3, what are you saying? I need to get into your tunes more, man. I've definitely heard quite a lot of it. I don't expect you to stick around, but I'm just chatting some gas. Ryan was in here a second ago. I think he's left now. Ryan Sanders. But yo, I love your new your Stormzy diss track, bro. Did you actually write that since the chicken nuggets? Yo, 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 everybody. Yo, man. Yo, what's up? We got Mew3. Oh, I don't get your name, man. Like Mew3. But everyone just calls you Mew3. So this he's got a diss track on Stormzy, I'm pretty sure, around the corner. Yeah, well done, man. That was needed to be done. I feel like it's like Babylon is literally like crumbling before our eyes in terms of it's like all of these Hollywood like it's like when I was younger, everyone's listening to Stormzy and these like-minded people, yeah, and then like a few years down the line, as this mass awakening starts gaining pace, it's like everyone sees straight through all of them all of a sudden. It's like no one... It's weird. It's like a lot of people who were almost on a pedestal, a lot of these celebrities and that, it's like all of a sudden it's just switched where like I expected someone like Stormzy, because Stormzy was it's pronounced Mew3. Cool. Like, when I was still assimilated into the hive mind matrix, I went to a Reading festival when I was, an NPC, before I'd really woke up. And at Reading Festival, there was Stormzy. Now, it don't surprise me at all that a celebrity like Stormzy, who was performing at a place like Reading Festival, then goes on to do a fucking promotion for McDonald's. He's always been a virtue signaler. Yeah. It just don't surprise me. It's like you can predict it, innit? It's like it's so predictable in terms of like you can imagine Eminem doing a Mackey's advert. Who else? I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know where to draw the line. Shall we get Mew3 in here? Go on then, fuck it. Are you sure? I might export it though. Are you sure you want to join? I mean, in terms of like, I'll keep it up on my Instagram, because some people they see it's good. Do I know someone called Lewis? Nah, I don't think so. That doesn't ring a bell. I got live and talk Yeji. Alright, yeah, join if you want, but yeah, I normally keep them up on Instagram. It's just people, like, they join, and then after we do the talk, they're like, can you not keep that up? And I'm like, don't join my live, and then tell me to delete it, please. Like, we have, like, mutual connections, like, vaguely, but, he's barely interacted with me, and I've barely kind of interacted with him. I do know quite a lot, well, a few of his tunes. I know he's got a tune with MC Words. Who else was on that? MC Word. I can't remember the other artist. I don't know if it's even letting me. I have pressed accept, by the way. Instagram is really shit, and it actually barely lets me have anyone join the live. I'm telling you, Inspector Veg always tries to join my stream, and they just don't let him. But yeah, sometimes I put a disclaimer, like if anyone like joins the live or something, it's like, or I've done podcasts with people in the past, and I'm like, just because this person's talking to me, don't mean that we're exactly on the same page in terms of like, I wouldn't blame people if they didn't want to associate with me half the time. Just because of my past, but I mean, I don't know why I said that, because I rig it, because then people are looking for things. It's nothing. It's just I literally just like 2 years ago, I like literally lost the plot because I just like abused magic mushrooms. Yo,
Yeah, what's good, bro? What you saying?
how's it going, bro? Good, man. Just chilling, man. It's good to talk to you.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Obviously, just touching on like the Stormzy thing and why I sent for him, like
Yeah,
sort of
yeah,
thing. Because obviously,
yeah.
like that's not usually what I would do, bro. I wouldn't really send for someone that's fucking not gonna send back for me, not someone I don't know personally. Like, do you know what I mean? Because that's not really my steez.
Right.
But obviously, what I stand for and what I stand against, obviously that's why it had to be done. Do you know what I'm saying? Because like, obviously there's a lot of people that don't like understand like a lot of things that this guy's done, a lot of virtue signaling over the years. Like even you saying, you said you watched him at Reading Festival or something, yeah?
Yeah, and that's not particularly the most conscious festival going. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? They like it's
obviously,
literally like a
of course.
prison where they lock you in there, and it's like £7 for a bottle of water, and you can only buy like the same quality stuff as you'll get as McDonald's and that. So
Yeah,
it's like it don't surprise me
just
that he's gone and from Reading to Mackey's. But I'm not even that familiar with. It sounds like you might know more than I do in terms of. I don't. I ain't followed him at all, really. Like I just thought he's just kind of like Matrix, and I just didn't really give a fuck. But what are
yeah,
you saying about
same,
like the virtual signaling and that?
same,
Just go on.
same. But see what it is, yeah. When this guy tries to jump on the activist thing, obviously where I'm on that, like in the physical as well as doing it through the music, it's gonna obviously cross my path in it. Obviously, especially like what I do, I'm all about the anti-racism stuff and standing up against the oppression stuff.
Yeah.
So this melt sometimes tries to jump on that, but I do it for no personal gain. I do it for a simple reason of actually trying to do what it's there to do, trying to make a better change in the world, no matter how small it be. And this guy's just
Yeah.
doing it to sell records to try and look like the decent human being, gain public favor, all that fucking corny bullshit. So,
Yeah.
you know, it's been
He's
going on.
gonna.
Yeah, bro, it's been going on for years. Even obviously the start of it being like the whole grime MC thing. Obviously coming from grime and do you know what I mean?
Hmm.
Big background. I was involved in all like the pirate pirate radio scene and did all that, and been on some sets with some epic people that we all know in the grime thing.
Hmm.
So obviously that was the first part, obviously, because I'm just like, how's this guy saying he's a grime MC? They're making these mad songs like like choir music, like whatever in it. That was the first one. Then the second psyop for me was when a man done that mad tune with that pop music girl band. Like I can't even remember their name, but I remember the name of the song. You see why, yeah? Because in gym, when my old gym I used to go to, yeah, it used to be
Hmm.
on the damn fucking TV all the time, and it was the most annoying song ever. So man used to just go over there and turn it down. Bearing in mind they didn't have a remote, it had to stay on that channel. So all you could do was turn it down by the side of the TV.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like it was that cancerous, bro. Yeah, and obviously the propaganda in that is obviously my man was advocating for left wing LGBTQ XYZ, the alphabet mafia lot. So I'm thinking like, how's this man doing that? And obviously in the bars, my man's trying to impose feminism, and that's what the whole song's about anyway. Obviously, you know, sending out toxic agendas. So I'm like, all right, that's obviously sell out business. And then now this is probably the worst one he's done. Like, do you know, to post a post, because it's not just like obviously certain peeps. Like, I think certain peeps just think people are mad at him, like for just generally doing the McDonald's thing. Obviously, yeah, of course. But like, what makes it worse is like obviously my man set up a post saying, "Oh yeah, free Palestine. I'll forever be on the side of the oppressed, no matter how small, blah blah blah, all this waffle, like
Yeah.
virtue signaling.
Mm.
And then a few days before he's done this McDonald's fucking deal thing, he's deleted the post. So he say like, oh, what's I don't know how much you know about the Palestine and Israel thing, but like, I'll explain to you. The reason why he's deleted the post is because his Zionist handlers have obviously told him to do that because McDonald's be funding and sending free food to the Israeli army, which are killing innocent children and innocent
Yeah.
people. So do you get what I mean? One
Yeah.
minute you're saying like, hold on, I'm on the side of the oppressed, free Palestine, this, that, the other. Then you delete your post and then you go and work for McDonald's. Then you go do a deal for McDonald's.
Yeah.
What the
Yeah.
fuck, man? You can't get any worse than that. Like, do you know what I mean? That's just sell out to the max, all for money. And you know, this little turd's got dough anyway. Like, so it's just like, what's the
Yeah.
point?
Yeah. Yeah. I hear
If
what
you've
you're
got dough already like
saying.
that, it's nothing more than absolute greed. And another problem I have, bro, is I respect all cultures and all religions in it, except for Satanism, obviously.
Mm.
Like, there's no respect for that. But like, you know, if a man want to be Christian, if a man want to be Catholic, Muslim, Sikh, whatever, that's cool. I respect people though that stand and stick to their morals. So this man's obviously a Christian, right? So obviously one of the 10 commandments is no greed, no gluttony. That's
Yeah.
straight greed. So this guy's heavily based his persona on being a Christian and I'm a man of God, which is fine. That's good, man. That's what we probably need more of in the world, innit? Like positivity like that to an extent, yeah.
Yeah.
And then a man just go and do that, literally sell out for greed and gluttony. You know, it's just mad. There's just too many flaws, and that's why I ain't gonna lie, bro. Obviously, especially like what I'm doing at the moment, like the thing infuriated me. I was just like, you absolute weasel. Like, and even on another basis, bro, like McDonald's itself, yeah, like that food is full of absolute shit, cancer-causing chemicals, and you're pushing that to children of all ages. Like,
Yeah.
it's just
Like.
it's just so dirty, bro. Like, so it just had to be done in it. That's
Yeah.
what I'm
Yeah.
trying to say,
I'm
man.
definitely happy. Like that is Someone asked if it's out yet. I don't think it is it? Right now.
No, not properly. No, it will be out. It will be out tomorrow, man. Tomorrow evening,
Yeah.
5 p.m.
Cool.
New free
Yeah.
9 chicken nuggets. A bit of a
Yeah.
mad name for a song, but obviously it's basically talking about how he sold out, like kind of mocking it, saying how he sold out for some measly ass fucking shit food. 9
Yeah.
chicken nuggets.
I hear what you're saying.
Mm.
Like, there was a few points that I was thinking, like, yeah, just in like when he says like, when if he's like, what's it? I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. There was a few points I was going to make. It's just like you can't like you can't like be on the side of like fighting for the oppressed, as he called it,
Yeah.
and then like still fund institutions such as like McDonald's, because like
Mm-hmm.
is the like the meat that is like, you know, like the factory farmed meat, like that is the oppression. And if like you think you're on the side of the oppressed, but like you're actually funding the torture, like but
Exactly.
in,
Exactly.
like in terms of
Let's
just like,
actually like,
you know,
you know, I'm not gonna act like the health guru. Yeah, I try my best in it. I take me little sea mosses. I take me sour sop. I take me wheatgrass juice and whatnot. I
yeah,
do my best. Yeah, but you know, at the end of the day, man, I'm never eating that shit. Fuck that, because that can you even call that meat, bro? That's like scrap slaughterhouse floor.
yeah,
That's like literally like feces mixed with thingamajig, and all they do, bro, is just load it with sugar and spray perfumes on it. I see an interesting seminar from I don't know if you've ever heard of Dr. Africa. He's a good guy, man.
I
He
haven't.
speaks a lot about health. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's on the same tip as like Dr. Sebi, man. He speaks a lot of stuff about health,
yeah,
and I see one of his seminars when I was very young, bro. When I was like 16, yeah,
yeah.
and my mate showed me it, and I never ever touched McDonald's since. I
Mm.
was just like, whoa, shit, this stuff's in our food. Like, it was a madness. I was just like, wait, I've never ate that shit since.
What was that shit? In terms of like, I mean, when you were talking about like the scraps and that, I can visualize it because like if I ever eat like chicken and it will be organic if I do, or at least that's what it says on the fucking packet. It's like I'm like literally like dissecting it like I like where I don't want to eat like none of this like I can imagine like when they kind of like sludge it into them patties and just pump them out of a factory. It's like
Oh, bro,
no
it's
one's going to be
dirt. Like,
delicate about removing all like the clumps of like
oh,
whatever that is. You know what I mean? Like it's
steroid.
literally
See what I eat meat. Yeah, I'm not a vegan in it, but like I'm very selective with like even a simple thing like that. If I was to buy a chicken breast from a butcher or something like that, you know that it's going to come with loads of grease. So there's certain techniques that you can do to like defuse the grease out of the chicken to make it more wholesome and more better. Like obviously boiling, I found is a very effective way of doing
mm,
that, of stripping the chicken of all that type of grease and fat and crap that's in it. But it's a lot. It'll be a lot more wholesome coming from a farm
yeah,
and a butcher than some like corrupted farm where they like literally are injecting the chickens with steroids to make them bigger. And obviously, do you know what I'm saying? Like, and they're
yeah,
literally just doing that to monopolize, isn't it? Because if something's bigger, you're gonna have more product. So it's man, it's corrupt as hell. Like I fully get why people switch foods and switch to the vegan thing. I completely get it. I really do, man.
yeah.
I
It's just
really
like
do.
corruption in terms of like you know that like if obviously if you go to like a farmer one on one who actually has like integrity and cares about their own brand, you can like trust obviously a lot more of what you're getting. But like when it's like
Yeah.
someone that Mackey's, it's like there's so many layers of like shipping,
Oh,
warehouses, and
bro.
like
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
none of them man give a fuck about the food that is ending up on your plate or in your belly. It's like because it's not just like one on one with a farmer. That is like literally the quickest, most like unmediated way to get the best stuff. But it's like when you go to like Mackey's fast food, it's like how many layers of like factory wage slavery. Like they don't give a fuck. They're gonna do the job as quick as they can because
Mm-hmm.
like the nature of greed is like devilry in that. It's just like they're selling all this garbage and they're making you think that it's like on the menu it looks like all flashy. It's the same with the adverts and everything. Like it's like that Quintessence showed me a tune by like Jam Baxter, I think it was called. It's called like Limited Time Only, and it was saying these adverts are deceptive where like they make the burger and everything or any product very flashy on the screen like
Oh
you
yeah, of
want
course,
this.
obviously, of
Yeah,
course,
but
bro,
it's just
because it's
full
a
of garbage.
like of course, man, because basically that's like a form of obviously manipulation advertising, which is like called an infomercial. So basically, infomercial is actually not a commercial, an infomercial where they're actually trying to forcefully manipulate you with false information to stick in your head and make
But
you
that
think that
that
you're buying like the most wholesome thing, this, that, the other. But when you actually get it, it's a load of shite. Like it's like,
yeah,
but
yeah,
that, bro, that comes with anything. That comes from food, down to
yeah,
clothes, down to even a simple thing like I had to buy a new computer chair, and I bought a new computer chair, yeah. And then I was looking through the internet, and I'm seeing how this one computer chair. I was like, oh yeah, that don't look too sad. Yeah, I know this is how ridiculous this shit goes, man. Over a flaming fucking computer chair. I'm looking, and then I'm seeing all the reviews like on eBay, like they're cussing the hell out of it, saying it was cheap material, put together, rubbish, this, that, the other. I was
yeah,
just like, bro, man, nah, I'll just go to IKEA. Like, I'll just go
yeah,
to
yeah.
IKEA, bro. I'll just get it from there.
You can like you can kind of like from your own like perspective because like sometimes it can be hard to like if you struggle with your own finances and your survival situation you can kind of understand what they're doing. It's like they're just trying to make a quick like they're just trying to flip some garbage, sell it to you as if it's worth buying, and then when it finally gets delivered to your house, and they do it a lot with clothes and these really low
Yeah,
quality brands like
well, it's capitalism. It's capitalism and
yeah, yeah,
monopolization. You
oh,
know, and coming where I come from, bro. Obviously, you know, I was very wide awake to the world that, like, you know, there's things have got to be done in a certain way. and like obviously fucking even with the way like the government system's got people oppressed and working these dead end jobs, and they're obviously not fucking maintaining enough cash and so forth. So I looked at the way the world was, and I was just like, the only way I'm really going to do anything in this life is if I make the money make itself. So I went into like certain like independent businesses and stuff,
Yeah.
and figured out how to basically always stick to the motto, bro. Let the money make itself. Because if you're like working some job like 60 hours, or like them mad jobs that are like 50 hours, you're getting up at like fucking 4 a.m, slaving your ass away, like,
Yeah.
you know, like no disrespect to people that do that. Obviously, like people got to do what they got to do. But fucking, I just looked and I thought, man, that ain't the way I want to live life, bro.
No,
That ain't the
it's
way I want to
rigged.
live life, man. It
No,
is,
it's
bro.
literally
It is.
like,
It's the rat race.
yeah,
It's rigged. It all this industrial bullshit ties in. This is why I made sure I studied it from early. So obviously, you know, certain man will hear the Stormzy thing and they'll be like, oh yeah, he's obviously I've seen the main points where he's pissed off because obviously that's like against what he advocates for. He advocates for Palestine and against oppression and so forth. So of course he's going to take shots at him. But like, I don't think people will get how deeply ingrained, or how I see how the metrics of the whole thing worked. And I'm just like, because I know the metrics of business and stuff like that, and I'm looking at it and I'm just thinking, man, you are one dirty low life bastard doing that
yeah,
for at the end of the day a dollar coin, bro. Like, because really and truly, what is money, mate? You can't take it with you when you're dead, can you? Like, do you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? They're
literally,
literally
yeah,
just like, I've always said this. They're just like adult fun tokens, aren't they? Really,
yeah.
that's what they are, bro.
It does. When you say you can't take it when you die, and that, it does like just boil down to like selfishness almost, because it's like on your deathbed you realise that it really don't mean shit in a way. Like, to an extent, I hear what you're saying though. Yeah, yeah,
It
yeah. And
is,
I
bro,
will
because
say,
the banking
oh,
system's a joke as well. Because it's just IOU slips, isn't it?
yeah,
They give you money to give back to the bank. It's an IOU slip. It will end up at the somewhere, shape or form. That money you spend, no matter where you spend it, who you spend it with, who you spend it on, whatever, that slip of paper or that digital whatever will end up in it back to the bank. It literally just is an absolute trick. And if you worship or value money too much, then you've got to look at it. You're literally worshipping IOU slips. People losing their minds and not seeing the way the metrics are going. You know.
yeah, I hear what you're saying, and I think it's can be such a you're forced to really prioritize money in this culture, especially with like the basically mandated poverty,
Yeah,
like
mandated
wage
poverty,
slavery.
bro. I like
Yeah,
that. Well, I don't like that, but I like the. I know that came out wrong, but I like the way you put it because that's true.
yeah,
Do you know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying? Mandated
yeah.
poverty. That's exactly what it is, bro. Mandated
It
poverty.
is. That's jokes.
Yeah, that's why I
But what I
like
was
them
gonna
people
say,
that just. That's why I like them people who just don't give a shit, like, and just go live off grid. Like they do their
yeah,
bit of works. They buy their fucking generators. They buy their bit of land. They make their little house and that. They get their little farm on the go. Their little crops and bits and bobs, and they're just happy, just living life how they live life, bro. Do you know what I mean? I've seen a few
yeah,
videos online and everyone's like, "Oh, it's near impossible to do that," and this, that, the other. And I'm just like, well, I've seen so much evidence of other people doing it, and they're just Joe Public, bro. They're every average person like you and I. So like, if they can do it, why can't we? Do you know what I'm saying? No matter what
yeah,
situation we're
totally.
in.
Totally, yeah. No, that's what like a lot of my awakening. I was researching other cultures and other ways of living, and when I started to like just see how they are up in their ayahuasca retreats and that, and they're
Mm-hmm.
growing so much more food on the land. I
Mm-hmm.
realize everything I know is a lie, kind of. And I'll just say, like when we were saying a second ago about how it's rigged, the system is rigged. Uh, sounded like you were saying a bit to an extent, and like this is what I realize. It's like you have to carve your own path. If you
Yeah.
stick to the script, you will be a slave. The
Yeah.
the script that is like literally basically like mandated almost,
Mm-hmm.
where it's like
Mm-hmm.
like you have to divert, but like you're programmed to think that diverting is wrong. But if you don't divert from the default script, you will
You
just be
will.
a fucking slave. Like you have to leave this fucking
This
cultural
why I
script.
went into. This is why I went into the type of business I went into. But really and truly, I could. I could make a lot more than I actually fucking do. But you know what? I don't care to. As long as I've got enough for that year until I need to do it again, I'm good. I mean, if I did what I do the whole entire year through, I could probably make quadruple what I do in the 3 months I do it. Do you understand? Like, so, but greed is not in me, bro, because I know what I do. You know, everything above board, everything legit. I ain't on all that mad thing no more. Like when I was a kid and whatever, man, all past all that. But like what I do, I could make so much more if I did it time and time and time and time and time and time again and made it a priority in life. But I don't, bro. I literally do it just so I've got that freedom. I ain't got to worry about all that other nonsense and just keep myself afloat. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about, bro. And as long as I could do my, yeah, man, because I ain't got time to work for someone else, bro. I've never worked for anyone else. I've had like I'm big man 35 now. I'm getting old, like, yeah. I have had 2 jobs my whole entire life, and I lasted no longer than 2-3 days at both of them. And I've always worked for myself. I've always pulled a buck out. You know, obviously, man used to move the weed and all that, and I got into a lot of trouble for that. And whatever I went through with all that, that's neither here nor there, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is, in the mix of all that, I would rather do that than having to wake up and do that slavery, like where you're waking up at like 4 a.m. and going all the way to London to some building site.
Yeah,
do you know what I'm saying? And that's what I was doing, like, and I did it for 3 days, and I was like, fuck that.
Yeah,
Fuck
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Not
I
because
hear
I'm
that.
lazy, bro. I'm a proactive man. But
Yeah,
I'm not an idiot, man. Working smart is a lot more effective than working hard. Because I look at my dad. I look at my dad, yeah. Like, I don't even chat to him anymore. Like, but fucking, we don't need to get into that. But like, I look at that man, yeah. That dude's hands, bro. Like, he looked like a fucking reptilian with his battered hands,
yeah.
building and pulling his nuts out, and that shit will make you age way quicker. And I was like, man, I don't want to end up like that. So this
No,
is what I'm
fuck that,
saying, bro.
bro.
You have to look and like exactly what you said. You have to tear up the script. That's basically what I'm trying to get at. I'm just giving it a little bit more emphasis on
Yeah,
my
yeah,
experience, yes, because everyone can experience that in a different way. But that's exactly what I looked at it, mate. And I just just not for me, bro.
yeah,
Like, fuck that shit. Like I say, I get people have got to do what they've got to do. I understand people have got children and they're locked
yeah,
in. I fully get that. But I ain't even trying to kick them or say, oh, fuck all that. But I'm just talking for me
yeah,
and what was ideal for me, because what might work for me might not work for someone else, bro. So
yeah. I realise everyone kind of has their own sort of survival strategies, and you can't really
exactly.
like push your own sort of, you know what I mean, live by your own accord, innit? But I totally hear what you're saying in so many different ways, man. Like you're saying you got in trouble a little bit when you were younger with the weed and that's
Well,
what I mean. It's like they,
a little bit's probably putting it lightly, but yeah, I've covered that though in music and that. A lot of people
oh
know.
yeah, perfect.
Yeah, a lot of people know obviously about my journey there, and yeah, I did get into a lot of shit, and you know, I had a lot of troubles with many different things or whatever. But that's the past, bro. And
Yeah,
like, would I go through all that again to get to where I am now? Yeah, 100%, drop of a hat. Like, because that was way more worth it. The sacrifices I made were way more worth it than what there would be if I was stuck in that rat race, which could have
yeah,
happened to anyone. Do you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? I was doing my building course, apprenticeship, MVQ, all that bullshit.
yeah,
You know, got it, did it, then went to my apprenticeship place, like I said, for 3 days. Fuck that right off. I was like, this is not how I'm living my life, man. Fuck that. I ain't living. And obviously, this is when all at the time where I'm learning everything I'm learning anyway, because I came into all this information when I was like 16, like just about to turn kind of 17. So obviously,
mm,
like it's weird how it all kind of aligns. Do you know what I'm saying? So it was
mm,
meant to be, bro. Do you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So
yeah,
it's, like you said, everyone got to live by their own accord, because everyone's simulation on this earth is different, and everyone has a different purpose. But as long as their purpose is like uh, for freedom and obviously raising awareness on what's going on in the world right now and whatnot, bro, I'm all for it. Do you know what I'm saying? I was having this conversation actually with Michael actually the other day.
yeah,
Michael D'Souza saying like we need people that talk in different fields. on like this freedom stuff, because there might be certain man who knows more about one subject, but then another guy who knows something about the other, and we're out here teaching people that don't know. So we need all them messages out. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, you might know more
Yeah.
about nutrition than I do, but then I might know more
Yeah.
about capitalism and so forth. So I can teach whoever about that. You, man, can teach people about that. Do you get what I'm saying? And I can learn
Yeah.
off you, and you can learn off me. That's what it's about, bro. Each one teach one.
Yeah, totally, and that's a lot of the value of just having conversations like this. And there's a lot of what I try to do. I was speaking on before you got on here about how I
Yeah,
like to interconnect the kind of conscious community and let everyone know
yeah,
about each other. And
yeah. I've been
one
on a
thing
couple lives with you, but never. It was never. It was like always someone else's live, and we haven't really
oh
fully
yeah,
had much discourse on that sense. But like, you literally just caught me at a good time, bro. Literally that. Just
yeah,
got back from
yeah,
the gym, just sit. I was like, oh, it's good. And I just thought, you know what, fuck it, exactly that, bro. Just literally swapping ideas, swapping energies, putting out that information, bro. And that's what it's all about. It's consciously building, community building, and uniting, man. That's what I'm all about.
yeah. And like what you were just saying about like how like each person can kind of learn off of each other
Yeah,
somewhat. I think it's relevant to like what you were saying just before in a way of like how what you were saying about the wage slavery stuff and like you done like 2 days at each job and you were like fuck
three
this.
days.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. And then like tried to carve your own script on that a bit is
yeah,
what I will say is like yeah, I feel like I can um if if you're going to look at me in any type of way, I reckon you can almost see me as like the opposite almost in terms of like I feel like a fool because
but you shouldn't feel like a
I
fool, bro, because that like look, everyone's different at the end of the day. So like, I ain't here to judge no one. Do you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So
yeah.
just because
Right.
one may took a different path or might have stuck in education, or you know, because you're still young, bro. I don't know how old you are, but you look like you're in like your
Yeah,
early 20s or something. So like, do
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? You're still
Yeah.
finding your path, bro, and there's nothing wrong with that, broski. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, totally. Always learning. And I mean I'd probably say it more in past tense if I say, oh, I feel like a fool. What I mean is
Yeah.
like
Okay.
I realize over time that basically like I'm like I zoomed out because I basically when I was 16 I got a job at Subway. Uh,
Yeah.
and like I've been in like full blast wage slavery nearly for like literally like 5 years.
Fucking hell. Yeah.
And the reason I'll say it is because like I would go and like buy some weed and I'll put down £30 cash that I've worked 3 hours for. But the guy I'm buying weed off of don't work. He
Yeah.
grows this plant, and
Yeah.
it's like, and then it's
Yeah.
like, bro, this guy's flipping it, and it's like, it's shit like
Yeah.
that. Why
He's
am I
making the money make
purchasing the plant?
itself. Yeah.
Yeah, yes, exactly. And it's just I realized that I went down the kind of the default script kind of, and it's just you can, and when the reason I brought up vaguely your past with the weed and the trouble that you got into is
Yeah. Yeah.
I was saying about how like I don't know what from what angle you got in trouble, whether it was maybe with the
Yeah.
police or
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
with other
Yeah.
people and that, but
Nah,
it's
police. Yeah.
yeah, but that's what I mean. You see, it's like you you end up staying on the default script and the other options are potentially dangerous. It's like you could sell this plant, but you might end up like getting in loads of shit. But like that is exactly how they get you to stay on the default script. Because I was saying earlier, like if you don't divert from the default script, you will just remain like a slave.
But you
But
don't
they instill you in
necessarily.
fear.
Yeah, you're right in a sense, but you know what? You don't necessarily like have to take that path. Like, I mean, I wish I could.
Oh yeah.
I wish I had the knowledge I had now, yeah, and could reverse all the way back to 16. Then I would have never had to took that path. But that's the whole point in it. School's there. I did terrible at school. Like fucking, I never paid attention there. It's just pure chaos. Like you could
Yeah.
just imagine in it.
Same.
And
Yeah.
that was the reason for that, bro. Not because I was trying to be the Jack the lad of the class, because that's not my style. But like, it just school, I just felt so like my soul just felt pure rebellion for it. I couldn't stand it. Like, and the shit they were talking to us, and I even said to many a teacher like, why the fuck do I need to learn French, bro? Like,
Yeah,
I ain't going to France anytime soon. I've been there a couple of times actually. Nice country, like, but
yeah,
still, yeah. Which I
yes,
probably could have done with the French lessons then. But bro, when you're a kid, like 13, 14, French ain't gonna get me where I need to get to, is it? It's not gonna teach me
yeah,
how this world is. But that's the whole point, bro. It's mind control camp, like it, and it
yeah,
is what it is. Like it is what it is. And I know people get trapped in that trap, and it is a sad thing. I know people that are like, you know, they stuck in that 9 to 5, and they've got to, because obviously they've got their missus and they've got their kids, and if they leave that job being the main breadwinner for his family, you can't just up and leave like that because of the security. And obviously he may be paying off a mortgage, or he's struggling, he's in arrears with his rent or something. Like that's the sad part of the trap, when the person knows what's going on and they're literally trapped in the physical, and
yeah,
there's nothing they can do
yeah.
about it. But there is always something they can do about it. I believe there's always a way out. They just feel that way, man,
I
which is a shame.
hear
I
that.
know a lot of people like that, bro. Like I've
Yeah,
met a lot of people like that in life,
it's
which is a shame.
like it's most of the population almost like
Yeah, it is.
I don't know, like
It is.
I related a lot of like when you were on about your dad working in construction. I don't know, I can't imagine like who he is behind the scenes, but it's like my dad was the same from day my dad told me you have to work, and obviously I'm not saying I don't want to work. He should have said you have to have money, like you don't need a job, you need money. And like, yeah, my dad would do the same thing. It's like having
My
hands like Hulk, and he's like
Yeah,
breathing in dust.
exactly, bro. Exactly. Hands like a fucking reptilian, like a man would grab me,
Yeah.
no lie, yeah. Fucking dude cut me like I'm like, how can you cut me with your fucking hands, bro? But the thing is though, yeah, he broke when I say broke his back, I don't mean he literally broke his back, but he broke his back, yeah, you know, for doing them numerous types of like manual labor jobs, yeah. But the
Yeah.
guy could literally fucking make a pyramid out of matchsticks. So all that knowledge that he
All right.
had,
Yeah.
or a very smart man with a mind, why did he never like turn that into his own company or try to do his own thing? Because he was stuck in that trap of security or familiarity, and just, yeah, fuck it, that would do, and that is a dangerous place to be when you're stuck in that
Yeah.
cycle of just settling. That is where they want you. This is why they're trying to come with obviously the one world currency stuff to obviously what's it they're calling it, universal currency. The reason why they're coming with universal currency, because they want some people just to stay in that trap of being
Yeah.
settled as they are, but mind controlled, and not speaking up for what's going on, not paying attention for
Yeah.
what's going on, and so forth and so forth.
It's like
So
a slow drip just to hold them off, ain't it? Like, here's
yeah,
your freebies. Like, sit in your fucking box. In your. Are you comfortable?
yes, they want the people. This is what they want, bro. Like you say, I'm not saying obviously it's just addicts, but like say at the typical day of like an addict, like who's got a drug problem or something. Yeah, all he cares
Mm.
about is his payday, and he's just gonna go waste that straight away on his drugs. But he's just gonna be always stuck in that cycle,
Yeah. Exactly.
stuck in his yard, watching bullshit on TV, which is just senseless, not giving a fuck, like watching
Yeah.
porn, just low vibrational bollocks,
Yeah.
and they're
Literally.
never gonna snap out of that. Now, people that are just that's the flip side of the coin. The people that are just in their own zone, doing positive stuff, doing stuff for the community, raising awareness, talking about freedom, protesting, revolution, whatever you want to call it. Yeah,
Mm.
that's a whole different ball game. That's what they don't want you doing. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's when the universal currency, which they're going to try bring in, yeah, when they bring that in with the social credit score and all that garbage, digital ID,
Mm.
obviously people that are doing their thing in that sense, they're not going to want them doing that, bro. They're like, and then that's when they're going to turn their social credit score points down, so they've got less money.
Yeah.
Basically, North Korea, like, and this is why I just love them people that are just free off the land and just don't give a hoot, man. They just wake up in the morning, they just do their thing, they're just there. They don't care about the rat race, they don't care about all this rubbish, and they're just living their life, bro, doing what they want. Like, and
Yeah,
that's a beautiful thing to see, man. Because freedom, you know, there's no price that anyone could ever give me to want to give up my freedom like that. Because it's
yeah,
too valuable, bro. It's too valuable, man. I love to just wake up in the morning, do my thing, do my gym, make my breakfast, do my
yeah,
music, do my revolution stuff, chat with my peoples, go out with my peoples, whatever I do, let's socialize. You can't take that away, man. That can't. There's no price you can put on that, bro. That is a very
yeah,
valuable thing to me, especially the music, because that's obviously therapeutic for me, as well as getting a message out and so forth. And just the freedom to just sit and think and actually have time to make music rather than, oh shit, man, I've got to fucking get back to work. I've got to pick up the kids. Oh shit, I've got to do the school run. I've got to do this. I've got to do that. 101
yeah,
things,
yeah,
and you just don't get time to think, bro. Like, and having
yeah.
time to think is a very important thing.
Yeah, literally, it's like you get so caught up in the hustle and survival and that way.
Yeah.
It's like you literally lose sight of the fact that you're even like the divinity of your fucking life.
Mm-hmm.
It's like just
Mm-hmm.
go to work. Oh, hopefully this week will be over soon. Oh, then payday's coming. It's like wake up, man.
Yes.
You're actually. I hear what you're saying.
Yes.
Like we were saying it earlier though about how people get like we were saying it quite a bit ago, and it seems like you're kind of like returning to it a bit. It's like it's you could make more money in that, but like you say, on your deathbed, the money don't mean shit because you can't
It
take it
don't
with
mean
you. So it's
nothing,
like
mate.
everyone's chasing money because we're kind of taught that money is the end all be all, and it seems that way. Like money rules this place, but you're better off like you have more freedom chasing money less. It's like money is a trap to an
Mm-hmm.
extent, like it can be, and
Mm-hmm.
like yeah, you could make more peas, but it's like
I don't need
if
to.
you,
I don't need to, man. I've got enough to
yeah,
do the things I do. I mean, what's an extra few grand on top of what a man already makes anyway? Oh, I can get another pair of crappy trainers that I've already have. I don't
yeah,
care about trainers. It's just all the same, mate. Like I'd rather walk around barefoot, man. Do you know what I mean? I'd rather, bro. But like, fat chance for this weather, like. But do you know what I'm saying? I'll be happy to walk around in caveman garms. Just put a leaf there, mate. I'll be sweet, bro. I don't care.
yeah,
Uh, but
I,
like it's just people just are controlled by consumerism, and do you know what I mean? And they let that be the be all and end all. And I understand. I've been there myself. Like, you know, we keep it real. Like, obviously, when I grew up with fuck all, and then I finally
mm,
started to actually make some shit, I'm like, oh shit, man, yeah, I can get them kicks now and all that. But a man was young and dumb, and you learn from them things, and then you actually really see the worth of all that stuff, and you just think, really, what worth is it? Like, it's just a piece of material. Like, it doesn't matter. It
yeah,
really doesn't matter, bro.
totally,
Especially with what's going on in the world right now. There's just the
yeah,
most important thing I think that I can contribute towards this planet right now is my music with the positive message, and my actions trying to make change in communities, doing my
mm,
revolution work and community work. That's what I bring to
yeah,
the table, and that's what I'm proud of doing, man. I'm very proud of that. I take a lot of pride in the work I do, bro. 100%. And I've met some great people through it as well, and made
yeah,
some really really decent alliances, and just made a lot of change. Probably more than I realized, because you just think, oh, it's just another day at the office type thing, and you know, I'm not here to take credit for it or be like one of them virtual signalers, Stormzy.
yeah, yeah,
like I need like a title belt for the ultimate revolutionist. Like, oh, of
yeah,
course not.
yeah,
That's not my steez, bro. I'm just part of a massive revolution which is going on. I'm just a little speck in a massive revolution that's already going on
yeah,
against this fucking corrupted system. So I'm just happy that anyone who's fighting against it in whatever way they're doing it, good, man, just keep doing their thing. Whether it's alive, talking about stuff, whether it's
yeah,
protesting in your local area, or whether it's going to the ones in London or Birmingham or whatever, man. Just doing something though,
yeah,
in some way.
totally. Yeah, I
Mm.
feel that, man. I feel that. That's it's
What are you saying with the
good, man.
music? Well, before I went live, I see you say So you say something about you don't really care about your own music, you'd rather share others.
Oh, I
What
don't
do
know.
you
I was kind of
mean
talking
by
on
that? Was you joking or?
no. It's uh, I think it was probably out of context a little bit.
Oh,
I was just saying about to an extent I touched on it vaguely when we were speaking about how I like to like interconnect the community and stuff where like I upload like there's like rare stuff of like say Mr. Traumatic or
mhm,
something like that people haven't heard.
mhm, mhm.
I just upload other people's stuff and kind of like create like a exclusive kind of like catalog of rare stuff. I do make my own stuff a bit, but like yeah, I'm not really like personally I'm in a phase where like I'm like trying to become someone who I'm not yet, where it's like I'm not even I want to make a lot more music and that it's very temporary stuff at the minute. I just like I'll do a live with you and I'll do a live with someone else who's like somewhat like-minded and I'll share some of your music and that. I would like to make more of my own music, but it's I just dealing with my own survival situation and that and
Yeah,
it's
no, I
not really the
appreciate
best
it, bro.
time.
You look like you seem like you're kind of content and you're just happy doing your thing, man. So, bro, nothing, no, there's nothing you can put on that peace of mind being in a place like that, man. Because I've lost it a few times. There's been times where that peace of mind that I had, I may have fucked up and done something to lose it. Something might have gone wrong or
Mm.
somehow some bumps are gone and you know like you fall off the wagon, didn't you? Like, oh shit. And
Yes,
it's
so the main thing is staying on
yeah,
the wagon. Well,
exactly,
if, I,
bro.
don't,
But
I
it
guess.
happens no matter how well someone put together is, no matter how what they know in life, bro. At the end of the day, we're all only fucking human. So like,
Yeah.
don't be too hard on yourself if you're like, oh, I need to do this, I need to do that, or I'm not making enough music, I want to make more. Bro, if you're happy just spitting the bars the way you do, or doing like a little track or what, however you do your music, bro, then just stick to that, bro. Like if they
Yeah.
just generally enjoy writing bars, I know people like that. I know people that don't even
Yeah.
put music out, bro. They just got a little home setup and they just record loads and loads of tracks. My boy's like that.
Yeah.
He has got
Yeah.
about 40 albums. He never puts any out, not because he's
Damn.
shook or nothing. He just likes making music, innit? That's just him.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
man. If he's doing his thing, if he's happy doing that, let him be.
Yeah. I hear that.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm.
I think to an extent of like what I was saying is in terms of like when you tell me what you told me about like what you're trying to do, what the best thing you think you can do is, and
Yeah,
that's continuing to make your music and stuff. Is like for
yeah.
me, like I share your vision for the most part, and people of your nature, like often they like are very inspiring to me, and they can kind of like ignite this kind of like passion and this flame of like because I resonate with what you're talking about, and I think I can
No,
almost
I
like
appreciate that, bro.
say yeah, totally, bro. Like, trust me, your work and most people in the kind of the conscious rapper community, like their work means more to us than we could ever kind of communicate. But what I'm saying is like, say you're living your life purpose by creating your own music, and you're kind of like you can kind of feel that you know your life has purpose through that, and in a weird way,
Hmm,
um,
hmm.
people
Yeah.
in the community can almost feel like they have purpose just by helping the people who inspire them. Where like if I share your vision and I like
100.
promote you, talk about you and things, and
I
with
hear you.
loads of other people, even though it's only a little bit, like the people in the comment sections that are just just even leaving a thumbs up on every time you drop a tune, that don't seem like they're doing much, but it's still like necessary to an extent where it's like just the community, people sharing stuff and that, like not if you don't have to inherently make your own albums and out, you can just like support the people who you like and talk about it with like-minded people, and that could go a long way in a way, like
Go a
especially if a lot of
very
people are
long
doing
way.
it, like
You never
yeah.
know who can see. You might share, some random person might follow you one day for whatever reason, and then because you shared something of mine or someone else's, that person might see that, and then bang,
Totally.
that you might be like, oh, I'm a promoter, I've got this going on, I've got that. You never know, bro. And I've always been very open-minded when it comes to things like that because I've been making
Yeah.
music a little while, and I've seen very unusual stuff happen, and people, the music gets up
Yeah.
to ears that you wouldn't think it would. like, and it's just like, raw, really. Like when you got people in
Yeah.
like New Zealand, like, bro, who the fuckery do I know in New Zealand? No one. Like, and
Yeah.
then you get someone say, oh, because this person shared it, and I'm like, oh, that person, yeah, okay. Or like
Yes.
I work with one guy I work with one guy from Norway who's originally from Cape Verde. And he's like a reggae artist, yeah, good guy, you know, made a couple tracks and whatnot. And out of that, bro, I have had some very interesting people like follow me and
Yeah.
work with me because of that one little feature. Then go on to 3 features, then go on to working with producers that he knew and having like DJ spin a man's tune in some mad area like abroad and what all this, and I'm seeing these videos and I'm thinking like, rah, like my music's just casually spinning on the deck in like some whole
Yeah.
next country. Like fucking, I had one dope Ugandan DJ, some guy that I really get on with. Big up DJ Mandem, yeah, he's cool, man. He's got like a little radio station in Uganda, and then my guy said he sent our song to him, and then the tune's just playing, and I'm just like, rah, this is what I'm saying, all from a one collab of me just being on Insta, seeing shout my guy Ras Nelson, man. That's what I'm talking about. I see his music. I'm like, oh shit, this guy is hard. Let me hit him up for a feature. I've got a song.
Yeah.
Well, I need like a reggae artist doing a hook, yeah. And then from there, like, bro, do you know what I mean? And I've made good ties with them, man, as well. It's all love, it's all respect. They're all on the same wave, all conscious, all know this, all revolutionary. Like they know what's going on in the world, and it all ticks the boxes, bro, of what we're trying to
Yeah.
do. And this
Yeah.
is what I'm saying. Do you get what I mean? Just through me seeing a sponsored post, like a promotional post, like my man just trying to get out there, and me just liking what he did, hitting him up, and then I've gone and opened all them doors just through that one collab. So
Yeah.
it just goes to show you, bro. Like everyone plays their part if they're on board. Like I say, you could share my stuff or whoever stuff, how anyway, which shape or form. You never know who's gonna see that. You never know.
Yeah. 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 Totally. Like, yeah. Like ev everything that you just said is like, I really love that. And like, I was talking about this at the start of the live. It's like, and I've just, kind of like what I was just saying is, I speak of it as like interconnecting. Like you can like, for example, like I let Flowmatic know about another conscious artist from America,
Yeah,
and like I was like, you should both do a song together, and they were like, you're right. And then now they know each other and they got a tune together, and it's so like I literally just messaged 2 artists that I listen to, and I was like, you two should know about each
there you
other,
go.
and then they made a tune together, and but like yeah, I love
Yeah,
the like the essence of what you just communicated, like
that's dope,
it's,
man. That's dope. I rate you for that, bro. Like trying to put collabs together because there's a lot of gatekeepers,
mm,
which is a fucking shame. Yeah, because like the majority, to be fair, the majority in higher vibration hip hop, conscious rap, revolutionary rap, whatever you want to call it, it's all got different sectors and messages, but the same message is freedom in it, really.
yeah, yeah,
But like, obviously there's a couple of people that try gatekeep and whatever, so forth. But like, man, I just not got to watch them, bro, and just all the all the people unite. But like sometimes people that may have more of a following or something, they get a bit diva-ish and start trying to act
mm,
like pop star, and then a man
yeah,
has to remind them. There's been a couple that I've had to remind, like, yo, listen, yeah, you can't be coming to revolutionary rap with that type of attitude, bro. If you want to play that industry, guy, go over to the industry, go and make that type of music then.
yeah. Like
Like, do you know what I mean? If that's what you want
it's
to
like you're
do.
saying, everyone's human.
I
Like,
don't care. Yeah, bro, I don't even care if they want to make all that like music. Let them do it. Like, it's no skin off my nose. Like, I don't care. But I just think don't bring an industry attitude
yeah, yeah,
to the field like that. Start getting all like, oh, well, this needs to be this way, and it needs to
well,
be like this, and it needs to
yeah,
be
yeah,
that. And
totally, yeah,
worrying about the sales and the nah, man, I'm not with that. I don't do music for financial gain. But like I say, even with that, if people make music for financial gain, fine, okay, do your thing, go mash your papers, all good. But you can't be coming into this thing and then expecting the same outcome because it don't work like that. Revolutionary rap is revolution against all that type of stuff. You get
yeah,
what I'm saying?
literally,
And I get,
yeah,
yeah, some people got to make a little change and all that. Yeah, even I hear that, but some people, they just go too wild with it, and they take the piss, and they bring that capitalistic energy into revolution hip hop when revolution hip hop's against all that. But if a man was at his show selling his merch and his CD, his fucking records, his t-shirts or whatever, then yeah, cool, man. Like I wouldn't get onto someone for that and be like, oh, that's fake, you're not a revolution rapper. I wouldn't get onto someone for that. I'm just saying there's levels. Do you know what I mean? Like I would even say there was an artist bigger than me, I would sling him some change, like to do a verse if he was like relatively out there or whatever. I wouldn't mind slinging him a bit of change. But there's levels. There's like a few £100, and then when you start talking racks, and you just think, bro, you're not fucking Tupac, man. Calm down. Like, and it happens, again, bro. I've spoke to some conscious rappers about working and shit, and even worse than knowing who you are and knowing what you do, which is even worse. And you know, some of the figures they try to throw at you is just an absolute curveball. And and the fact that a man could even pay for that, it's not the point. It's the fact that, like, no, I could put this money to so much more better use and then invest for something for me or an up-and-coming artist, which obviously I don't know how much of my stuff you've seen, but I do that as well. I try and put on people that are just like coming up or doing their thing and might not have too much material out there. I put a lot of people like that on songs and try and get them like a little viewing or whatever.
You got words on a recent. Well,
yeah, but he's doing his thing. He's doing his thing. But when I first heard of him, like obviously we were talking on Instagram. He said he was only young, so I was like, listen, little bro, I'm gonna stick you on something just to try help you out. Not saying that like just because not saying that's gonna get him millions of views or whatever, like, but it helps the younger generation get out there. Do you know what I mean? That's just my mentality, bro. I'll do what I can. Do you know what I mean? I'll do what I can. And it was a sick song. We literally done that all on the same day. I must have just hit a man up. I was like, yeah, bro, I heard a couple of your things. Like, you're dope, bro. Like, what are you saying? Like, I know you're like trying to rep for the younger generation and that. So I said, I'll stick you on something, man. And then I've got like the vocalist on the chorus. But me and Words had writ our verse that day and recorded it that day. They were done, bro. He didn't mess around. I give him that. Like, he weren't messing around, bro. He writ that straight away. He come with the goods straight away. Big up Words. I've got him on another thing on this album coming. Actually, I've got.
Oh really?
Yeah. I've got this track with Flowmatic, Words, me, and a couple of other artists from different parts of the world, which is quite dope. It was just like, once again, a random track that I was working on. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do this all on my own. I'm going to get a couple people feature on. And then I hit up a few peeps, and then we just made some mad collab. Like, so man, that's on the album coming.
That's cool. And it's like I was saying, like, because I got Flowmatic, that tune with that other artist who's like from America and that, and it's, you never know. It's just like you're saying, it's like that butterfly effect. It's that's a good. It's so like, that's a good way to interconnected. Put it, butterfly effect. Oh. Yeah, totally. Yeah. But I love stuff like that. But I will say, in terms of what you were saying about, like people kind of getting that chip on their shoulder with that industry kind of attitude. Is I like, for example, and it kind of comes full circle to what we were talking about with Stormzy and stuff at the beginning.
And now you can see why I've done what I've done. Do you get what I mean? Now you can see, like, there's many aspects to it. There's many aspects, but obviously the main one being the sellout thing. But all that other stuff plays a part as well for me. You know?
There's a I don't know if you're familiar, like, I haven't really listened to him much at all, but I know, like, in America especially, like, the conscious scene, there's a very big artist that is, his name is big in the conscious scene, and he's called KRS-One.
KRS-One, that's an old school rapper, bro. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. And, like, everyone... A lot of this, like, I've heard a few of his verses, and I like what I'm hearing. He sounds conscious. He sounds like like-minded to what we're talking about. However, he did a Sprite advert in the end, like, and it's like, I say that because it's like, say if we're in the conscious scene and that, and then slowly this kind of like
Yeah,
industry.
I get you. Just because he can't get away with it. If one man can't get away with it, they've all got to get. Yeah, 100%, 100%. There's no smoke without fire, and that is a dead move from him because he, especially what he says when he's actually talking like about communities and stuff on many interviews I've seen of him, because like I say, he's an old school.
Yeah,
He's an old
he
school hip
talks
hop.
good shit.
Yeah, he's been around for time, but the problem with these fucking artists, bro, there's always that damn money that can turn them dirty. Like, and it's just like, why?
But that's literally like the devil. It's greed and selfishness, and it's just what you was. What was that? What the fuck was that going on? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Then I feel like I just fucking. It's
That's
just
right.
that
You lost your
we
train of
kept
thought.
on. Yeah, sorry. It's fucking. But we did keep bringing up, like even just a second ago. It's like there seems to be like this where people get more focused on the selfishness of money compared to like the value of love and community, where it's like that
Yeah,
they end up selling out, where it's like instead of coming to like a and like being humble if some artists are going to come together, you say some people end up rolling up with a chip on their shoulder thinking they're fucking Tupac and that. It's
yeah,
because it's um this kind of like this money and this greed can just corrupt so many fields. So it's like
yes,
the real value is like the compassion that you share with the people in the present moment and stuff. If you spend your whole life fixed on money, you will die a sorry death,
yeah. And
probably.
they try to justify it with saying, "Well, I came from the hood and all this." Yeah, yeah, cool, I get it. And you got to get your mum out of the hood. I hear that. I hear that. But that man has made more than enough money to maintain that. Bearing in mind when he was running around, property and things were not as half or even close to expensive as they are now due to inflation.
Yeah,
So, like, what's my man saying? Do you know what I mean? But then obviously someone could fire back at me. Oh, but the music industry uh, doesn't generate money like it does in this day and age, or could turn around and say the same about like football, things like that. Obviously, players weren't paid near the type of money which they're paid in this day and age in sports and whatever. Yeah, cool. But at the same time, my man has made more than enough money to not be doing them things there. I mean, what's the point in throwing it all away? You put all this work and years into being about community, being about the people, being about good times, however you want to put it, yeah? Being a
yeah.
man for the people, whatever you want to call it. And then you just go and do some dumb shit like that, and then your credibility just out the window.
Yeah, it's fucking
Are
ridiculous, and
you
it's
that
like,
arrogant to think that people are that brainless that they're just going to ride with you? I mean, like,
yeah,
fucking hell, even this one, check this one on for size. You wouldn't expect me to say this one, yeah? See, Loki, yeah? I've been listening to Loki, bro, for as long as I can remember, since
mm,
he ever came on the scene, man. Shit, since, like, Poisonous Poets days.
right.
Like, I've been rocking with this guy because he's hard. He's got a good message. He's like one of the main tripping on my word. Now I'm doing it,
I know
bro.
what you're trying to say.
Synchronized.
Yeah,
He's one of like the main speaking people or the spokesperson for the Palestinian community struggle and one of the front people in the revolution.
yeah,
This man has not said a word about the fucking Stormzy thing, and people are like, well, you ain't got to do that. He's not a politician, because yeah, I know how dumb people are, yeah. But the big thing is my man's name is in Stormzy's bio, bro. Like as a mention, like as a tag. You go to Stormzy's
uh,
bio, like his name's there, and he's
mm,
like one of
yeah,
his posts because obviously they know each other. But my problem is have you got some sort of gag order on you because you got the same handlers? Is you a sellout bitch then? Do you know what
yeah.
I mean? And
I
I
hear what
called
you're
him out in the
saying about.
comments. I'm like, fuck upload it. I said, fuck diverting from the conversation, bro. Where not saying he's ain't gonna fucking reply to me, don't know me for Adam, but I'm just saying, innit? I'm in the comments saying, bro, why haven't you said anything about this when you'd be the first person I'd expect to be all over this? You're the main spokesperson for the
Yeah,
for the community. It don't make sense. It's like saying, oh, they've brought out the 4,000th vax and I ain't said nothing about it. Oh, what's fucking you three saying? He's like the most anti-vax guy that ever existed. Like
mm,
he ain't said nothing. You would even, and obviously I'm not even on. even close to the level of like how Loki's known in that sense. But I'm just saying, innit, you would expect that if something like that happened, everyone knows that I did the anti-lockdown marches against the vax, blah blah blah. You'd expect me immediately to say something, but you don't even need to expect, because I would. That's just what I do. That's who I am. That's
Yeah,
what I'm against, right? That's what a lot of things I've said about and a lot of work I've done in communities and stood for and all that. And if you don't see a man do that, you're like, what the fuck? Did you get what I mean? It's
yeah.
just
It's
like
like you
sus, bro.
suddenly, yeah, you start to suspect like something's fishy here slowly, in terms of like, especially if you kind of like portray yourself as like a truther or like some form of activist potentially. It's like you want to know that they're still in there, like, and they haven't slowly sold out. It's like,
Yeah,
where it's like
yeah,
they, as they get more and more numbers, more and more money, publicity, it's like they slowly start doing, like I said with KRS-One. It's like the stuff I've heard about him speaking about sounds exactly down this lane of like the seeking truth,
yeah. It is,
like,
bro.
in,
It's always
yeah,
been.
and then he just goes and does a
Well,
Sprite advert,
I
and
know, I know.
it's like if you did that, if you slowly got more and more money, and then I slowly started to notice that you didn't speak up as much as you used to, and then all of a sudden you're in like Stormzy's bio and you don't say anything
Yeah,
about it. It's
exactly.
like
I would expect everyone to be fired, and I'll just be like, "Well, it's your own fault, base man."
I'll be
Do you
telling
get what I
Stormzy
mean?
to
Like,
take.
people craft their own paths. Look, bro, none of us are fucking perfect. I made 101 mistakes. I've probably been on the front line, let's say, of the revolution things, and I've gone too mental with the feds and lost my fucking shit with the feds because they're just such pig bastards.
Yeah,
And I've gotten too fucking angry, and I come away from it, and I'm like, oh shit, I nearly got Nick doing that. What the hell am I doing? I know better than that. What the hell are you doing, you donut? Like, do you get what I mean? So you
right.
fucked up, but at least I'm on the flaming fucking front line, and the reason why I'm angry is because of passion and for the fact knowing that this stuff's wrong. Like, none of us are fucking perfect. We all make mistakes in that sense. None of us are Superman conscious, like how we would all
Yeah, yeah.
idealistically like to be in our minds and whatnot. But we try our fucking best, bro. But none of us are making such stupid sellout fucking moves like that. Do you get what I mean? Like
Oh
going to
yeah,
Mac
yeah,
D's,
yeah,
like on
yeah.
so many
That's
fronts.
that's a
On so many.
completely different
I
lane than
know
like it's
that's a
not an
completely
accident, is
different
it?
level, bro,
Yeah,
of corruption.
yeah,
Fuck.
yeah. Totally,
Oh,
totally.
oh,
It's it almost made me happy, like when I see Stormzy do his Mackey's thing, like, of like uh, uh, it kind of dovetails to, you know, when we were on about, what did you call the adverts, the info what, where they kind of deceive you,
infomercials. Yeah. Yeah.
infomercials. I was going to say, when we were talking about that, it's like, that is what they use Stormzy for. He's just like a prop to,
Yeah,
like,
puppet.
look at Stormzy drinking this fucking Coca-Cola. Buy now! You're
Yeah, but
like,
dickheads are like that. Dickheads are like, oh, just because it's got his funny name on the meal there, go order it. I'm just thinking, like, bro, who gives a shit what the meal is? If it's got McDonald's on it, mate, it's gonna turn your organs inside out
it's like,
and leave you like a
who
fucking. Oh,
realistically,
bro,
it's like
this is
with
not the
Rick and
one.
Morty. I don't know if
Say what, bro?
I don't know if you ever heard of this, like, with, like, Rick and Morty, they fucking done some, like, Szechuan sauce, and, like, literally the whole population is, like, crap, like,
Rick and
lining
Morty.
up down the street.
Ain't that a comedy
Yeah,
series?
it's basically, yeah, just some cartoon done some promotion with, like, Mackey's, and then, like, even though it's still just Mackey's, because it has this label of the cartoon on it, it's
Yeah.
kind of like with the Happy Meal. Like, with Happy Meals, they'll put, I see fucking a minute ago, I literally see, like, Sonic the Hedgehog, like, running around with a Happy Meal. It's like they're trying to get the kids to
Sonic the
buy it,
Hedgehog is
honestly.
a bad man as well. He's sold out as well. Sonic's getting it.
And
Sonic's
you'll have
getting
to
the
make it
smoke. I'm going to
fucking.
knock the rings out of him, the bastard.
You'll have to add another verse on your tune with
In it,
Stormzy and fucking just
Sonic
send it for the
getting
Sonic at the end.
it.
I can't even remember why the
Fucking
fuck I
hell.
even brought up.
But no, of course, bro. They'll use like they'll collaborate with other franchises. Because that's an old ancient business model move in it. Like a certain brand will collab with another brand to
Yeah,
obviously generate more sales. But you know, there's a way of doing that. Like, and if a corporation's got a past of being corrupt and all that, then why the fuck would you put your name to it, no matter what? Because it's only damaging to your brand. Like, do you
Yeah,
know
but
what
that's what
I'm
I
saying?
was saying. Because I lost my track originally, but like, there's a part of me that's like, even though I hate the corruption but like, I knew I could sense that there was something fishy about Stormzy because obviously he's performing at Reading Festival and things like that. And so when I see him, when he does a Mackey's promotion, all that Stormzy's really doing for anyone who's actually got a fucking brain cell is he's completely exposing himself. Stormzy doing a fucking Mackey's promotion, that is gonna have people like you doing diss tracks on him. Stormzy's about to get fucking ran out of the fucking scene because of that, and
I don't
that's
know, mate.
happening to everyone
The
so
uproar,
fast.
the people are furious because, like I said, see if he just done the McDonald's thing without the Palestine post. Of course, people still be like, "Yeah, sell out, prick this, that, the other." But the backlash, this is facts as well. The backlash wouldn't be half as bad if he didn't open his mouth up, saying that bollocks that he tried saying about free Palestine and I'm always on the side of oppressed. And on the diss track, I've actually on the intro, I've got someone who read out what the post actually says, and just the words would just anger a person who stands for this shit and think, fuck me, I'm putting myself on the line for this stuff 24/7.
Mm.
And then you've got this little fucking sofa activist trying to fucking talk all this shit and then betraying what everyone stands for and the people that you actually give a shit about just because he's a greedy little shit and wants some money. And that, man,
Yeah,
that will infuriate anyone with a moral compass, bro. That's just the
totally.
way
Yeah,
that's just the way it is. And it did. I see it. I was just like, I've never liked Stormzy. Like I said, the points earlier, I always knew he was like just some virtue signaler and just on all that fake shit. And it's just like, oh, mate, you cringe. Wow, you said fuck Boris Johnson in a song. Great, mate. Like, I've got plenty of song where I said that. Fucking amazing. Let's get medals for it. Like, great, bro. You said something which should be said. Like, that's standard, man. That's
and
nothing. So,
he's saying fuck Boris. He says fuck the government and fuck Boris, but he's doing a
yeah.
Mackey's advert. So exactly.
And then you go do a fucking Mackey's, exactly that. But this is what I'm saying. The backlash wouldn't be half as bad if he didn't do that coward ass shit of deleting that post 4 days before it came out. I mean, that makes him look even more of a fucking sellout, even than working with Mackey's in the
So,
first
so
place, bro. Do you know what I mean?
he deleted the post of his
Yeah.
support for Palestine just before the
Yes.
Maccabees.
Yeah.
It's like
Four
what
days before the
grounds?
thing dropped.
Why
Yeah,
would you
man.
ever need to retract? Like, I understand what you're saying with
Oh,
because the Mackeys is like goes against it, but it's
yeah.
like it's very suspicious to delete like a charitable post, like
In it,
in a way.
that's basically what the guy is saying. Because I was at the start of the song, I was looking for something which would suit like the intro, and then I was just looking through, and then I found this video where this guy was just talking on it, and I was just like, I took the soundbite, and I'm like, yeah, this guy perfectly broke down what is going on in a short way where people can quickly get it. Because obviously, I think some people just think like the community or whatever are just generally mad at him for working with McDonald's. Yeah, obviously, but then obviously there's this whole other part
Hmm.
where it's
Yeah.
just dug him an even worse hole. And the way this guy puts it into context on the soundbite of the intro of the diss track, it just perfectly spells out why what's happening, what's happening, and why I'm saying what I'm saying, and why everyone else is saying what they're saying. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And it
I
sets
appreciate
the
you
tone.
bringing light to that as well because I wasn't even really aware of that exactly. I don't think.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because obviously people are only seeing the McDonald's thing and they're thinking, obviously, oh yeah, sell out, da 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 da. But obviously, certain men have got to understand that this guy has put a pro-Palestine post up. Then the little weasel's deleted it because he's a fucking coward, and then gone and switched sets and gone and worked with a side that are literally feeding the army, which are shooting the kids and the innocent family over there. Like, bro, how can you? Like, forget all the music, forget all the names, forget the fucking business. Just as a human being, man to man, how the fuck can you do that? Do you know what I mean? How can you go and work for the company which is
Yeah.
funding and feeding the army, the Israeli army, which is shooting these kids,
Yeah.
shooting these innocent women, and actually slaughtering them? Like, how can you do that when you said that you was on the side of Palestine, this, that, the other? Like, oh man, it leaves a sour taste in mouth, like,
Sure.
and it
Yeah.
just does not agree
Yeah.
with my
Yeah.
soul, bro. Like I say, I don't care who he is. Like, he could be fucking Joe Public down the fucking road or global superstar. Don't give a shit to me. We all,
Yeah.
bro, we all bleed. We all bleed the same. We all shit the same. We all drink the same. And it don't mean nothing to me, bro.
Yeah.
So like all that
Exactly.
global,
Yeah.
I'm not under that hypnosis. The fact that a man or someone that said that he stands for good like this and then goes and does that is what has fucked me off. Do you know?
See, I find like from what I've learned and heard, like what you just described there is like the best definition of just like devilry, where it's
It is,
like
bro.
it goes back into again of like the money versus like the love kind of, where it's like
Mm-hmm.
a quote that I heard is it's like the number one way the devil gets you is by offering you like goodies, if you are willing to like kind of divert from the truth, where it's like when you say, oh, how could someone do that, like
Yeah.
you're funding the company that's funding the war, it's like that is how they do it. It's because
And
it's greed
feeding the
and money,
fucking
and
army,
they
man. Feeding them bastards good, because I hope
yeah,
them. I even say that on the song. I say, good. I hope them Israeli soldiers eat that shit because it fucks up your health. So good. I
yeah,
wouldn't want
yeah,
anyone
literally,
else
yeah.
eating it, but
Oh
like,
right,
yeah,
I get you.
Israel army, yeah,
Oh
tuck in, bro. I'll
yeah.
fucking buy it for them so they can fucking die and eat it, mate. The fucking horrible cunts.
Yeah, I know what you mean. You know, I have actually seen that. So they're feeding the army Mackies. I swear I did see that.
Yeah,
There was a huge. Yeah,
it
I
it
remember there was quite a lot of
it
drama
goes.
around that.
Oh, bro, it goes deeper, bro. Like fucking hell, like where McDonald's be trying to buy the Israeli, the the Israeli food chains in Mackie D's. I mean, mate, it goes mad
Hmm.
because do you know where McDonald's make most of their money? Through real estate. So basically, like if you look, think locally, like think where, God forbid, like dirty McDonald's, but every time you see like a McDonald's kind of drive through, yeah, you see other shops and stuff like that, don't you?
Yeah,
Yeah, generally, yeah, not in all areas,
yeah, I
but
got one
generally
in 5 minutes up from me.
there's other trade. Say what, sorry, bro?
So I got one like literally 5 minutes up the road. Yeah, there's a Mackey's with
Yeah,
like fucking five other shops next to it. Yeah.
exactly. So they own that pitch of space, and any shop or company or corporation that wants to trade on there will have to pay McDonald's a fee to
Mm,
do so. So
yeah,
that's real estate. They make money like that. And when you start delving into that, bro, and you start finding out how that all works, fuck me. That's when you really the Mackie D's goes from the poisonous food and all the monopolization off of that, and then you think, and then you look at that shit, then it'll turn your head even worse. Like people really don't understand how corrupt these bastards are. And that's why, like,
yeah.
bro, even if McDonald's fucking sold CMOS, bro, like, I would not let them evil
Oh,
bastards see a cent of my money, mate. Not 1 cent. They are
yeah,
boycotted for life.
yeah. That's it.
Fuck that.
It's just like don't fund them for fuck's sake. That's what I mean. It's like people think, oh, I'll just get a burger. It's like you're not just getting a burger. You're
Yeah.
literally funding and
People are so
perpetuating corporate.
weak-minded. You
Yeah,
just have to give in, like fucking. Why? There's plenty other places you can get a burger. Why don't you just go to the local stand man, who's just an average family man trying
yeah,
to make a few quid for his family, and buy it off him? Buy that,
yeah.
because that's going to be way. I know it's not. I know fucking a fried burger in a bun ain't going to be the most greatest for you, but it's going to be a lot better
Yeah,
for you coming from there than the Mackey's chemicals of fucking scrambled brain cells off a slaughterhouse floor, like mashed
yeah,
together.
yeah.
Do you know what I'm
I totally hear. I
saying?
completely
You
agree,
know
and I
what I mean?
totally hear what you're saying. I was just laughing at fucking Michael. He's just repeating what you said. McDonald's CMOS with laughing faces after it. So,
No, you hear that, innit? Exactly, bro.
yeah,
If McDonald's was selling CMOS, bro, I wouldn't care less if McDonald's was selling fucking life-changing fucking surgery fucking food, mate. Fuck you. Right, they ain't getting a cent of
um,
man's money.
I will say,
Fuck.
I feel like from what I know of you and what I've, because I'm going to dive deeper into your music. I have heard quite a bit, but I've never got into a proper like consistently listening to it. But I'll go
Yeah.
check that. But like from what I do know of you, like and our conversation here on the live is I feel there's a part of me that's like it's refreshing to hear somewhat your kind of perspective and your like discernment and the way that you are in life somewhat, because I get kind of tired of a lot of these like proper airy fairy spiritual people. I feel like, and I'm not saying you're, I like your
Yeah.
discernment where like it's like um I like the stuff that you're
The raw,
interested into.
you
Like
like
if
the
you're
rawness,
deconstruct,
the rawness and honesty. Yeah.
yeah. I mean more of like where like you're not. A lot of spirituality and like religion can deter you away from looking at the enemy, and you end up just like blissed out meditating in the present moment. But like when you're deconstructing McDonald's and the real estate and like things of this nature, where it's actually you
Hmm.
can go and find the patents, and it's like there's endless research, and when
Yeah.
you literally realize that all of society is just like
It's
it's a
shit.
lie, and
It
it's
it comes as a skill. Do you know what? I've never released this song, but I've actually got a song where I said, like, in so many words, learning how to identify the enemy is actually a
yes,
skill. Maybe I get that because I used to do kickboxing. Maybe I get that sort of mind state from then. And obviously, I'm heavily interested in like combat sports and martial arts and so forth
mm,
from way young, and all that sort of stuff there, like samurai stuff, and you can
yeah.
imagine all that type of stuff. So obviously, that's where that mindset probably kind of comes from. Do you know what I mean? To just learning how to identify your enemy. Because if you can't, I kind of live by that. If you can't identify your enemy, then how the fuck are you gonna identify your friend, bro? Do you know? Like,
I like
and
that. I like that. That's good, man.
this is the whole thing with the MacDs. I'm not just gonna run with what I see off of any social media thing and be like, oh, McDonald's food is bad for you. Well, fucking state the obvious, or see a few YouTube videos where the food has no moisture in it, and you know the old thingamajig. I'm gonna go look further than that. I want to know who this shit was created by, what they do.
Yeah,
Are they involved in other businesses? Or how do they move? How do they function? What's their business model? And as soon as you start delving into all that, you just literally tear the thing to shreds. You tear it
yeah,
to shreds down
yeah,
to the minerals, and then that's where you're going to find the real understanding and whether you can trust that or not. And obviously, well, McDonald's is pretty easy not to trust, but I'm just saying, just in general, man, that could be anything, bro. Like, you know, and I guess it kind of is a skill, yeah, to some degree, to learn how to fully identify the enemy, because you know it's
mm,
more easier said than done for a lot of people. Because I see a lot of people will sit on the fence with things. Like even when I say at protests, like I tell people, do not chat to the fucking old bill, no matter what. Do not chat to the police. Don't care if they're friendly. Don't care if they're all that. Once you put on that suit, you are a sellout for the establishment. End of. There is no, oh, but she was really nice to me. Oh, that
yeah,
officer's
yeah,
fit. Like, I think I'm going to try and have some banter with her. Nah, mate, they served that shit. Fuck them. There's
yeah.
always
No,
that
totally.
one, oh, but that officer's a bit, that officer was all right. They weren't too bad. And I said, bro, if you do one thing which is against their little fucking agenda,
Yeah,
mate, you're in the back of the van, son.
you know,
Tell me if they're happy then. Tell me if they're a nice person then, you fucking prick. Do you know what I mean?
you know. I actually don't like it when they talk to you as if they're your mate, and I'm like,
Oh,
you
mate,
are the
it's
opposition. Like,
embarrassing,
don't.
bro. Some of the experiences I've had, it's embarrassing. That I remember one march a couple of years ago I was on, yeah, and we were just doing our thing like against the cashless society, and they had these liaison officers, ridiculous, man. They're trying to go up to people asking who's like in charge of the march and that, yeah, or who's the one who gathers it, and they come up to me asking me, and I was like, "Oh, Barney the dinosaur, man! Like, yeah, you arranged it all, like."
Yeah,
And the pig just looked at me and was just like, "Yeah, whatever." Like, I just kind of walked off, and I said, "You ain't getting nothing out of me, love. Like, I know the cue. No, we're just liaison officers. All we're trying to do is make sure." I said, "I'm a fully grown man. It's perfectly capable of looking after himself. I've been looking after myself since I was about 12-year-old, love. So I don't need your help. Don't
yeah,
need your assistance. You're dismissed. Public servant. Goodbye." And then you get silent with people at the marches that actually will actually try and engage with them. I'm just thinking, what are you doing? They're looking for any speck of information. They were desperate because failed miserably with me. And then I'm just strolling through the march as you do, because there's so many people. Like, you know, you're just walking at different parts, aren't you? Like, and then they tried to come up to, as I'm walking up, yeah, I see one of them trying to chat to my pal, and they're trying to score questions out of her, and I just interrupted straight away. I was like, nothing to see here. They didn't like it, bro. Like, to the point they're even trying to like make themselves sound like they're some sort of decent person. a liaison officer. Fuck off. Like,
Yeah, but that's what they do though. It's like I've noticed, like it's almost like a psychological tactic here, like
isn't it?
where like I can like there's some local police that I'm not a big fan of. Like there's a video of me on Instagram Live just smoking a joint in nature, yeah, and they literally like handcuff me, bro.
That
So, like
over smoking. I know, mate. It's so
yeah,
dead. Like,
it's like, but what it
fuck
is like I
off.
can see that same Fed, yeah. I saw him, and like you
Job's
say
worth.
a second ago. Sorry.
I said, what a fucking job's worth. Like, smoking weed. It's so big deal. You're smoking weed outside in a fucking
Yeah,
forest.
exactly.
Like,
I'll literally send you the video. Yeah, I'm on like Instagram Live in nature, well away. Like I'm like barefoot in the sun, like chilling with music. I'm filming how beautiful everything is, and then there's like these agents. They're like, "Stop
yeah,
right there!" And I'm like,
yeah.
and I keep filming them. I'm like, they're like, "You've got a cannabis joint on you." I'm like, "Yeah,
Good.
fuck off."
Yeah, fucking up.
It's like, and I kept filming, and but just to prove like the blatant corruption. I mean, it was kind of stupid in a way. Like you said, like, oh, you shouldn't provoke the Fed and that, and that's more wisdom that comes with time. You said you nearly got
No, but
nicked or something.
yeah, look, you can provoke them, but wisely. And obviously,
Yeah,
what I was saying is because I've got the knowledge to do that. When I just lost my stuff, lost my shit, and started shouting and hollering and foaming from the mouth, that's where I fucked up.
yeah,
Do you know what I mean? So, because
yeah. That's
obviously,
what I
like,
did.
yeah, I was digging that hole because I just lost my shit with them, which is easy to do. But what I'm saying is, I know better because obviously the experience I've had of obviously fucking absolutely shitting on these bastards intelligently. So it undermines what I know when I lose my shit and just start going off on one and just
Yeah,
acting like I'm just on some mad shit. Do you know what I mean? But it happens, bro. No one's fucking perfect. Do you know what I mean? Like, just don't belittle them in intelligent ways, like I say about the whole you dismiss public servant type thing and all
yeah,
that
yeah,
shit, and
yeah.
you know
That's it. Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
You
Don't
know
just
your
throw them at the
rights.
mouth.
Give them some common law and all that, and they hate all
Yeah, yeah, totally.
that.
I totally
The
hear
old
what you're saying.
Blackmore dictionary, they hate all that stuff, bro.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you have to get them like in a smart way, because obviously if you just start foaming out the mouth like you say, that is where they want you,
Yeah,
because then they can
man.
obviously start using
I can
force.
admit I have fucked up doing that, where I've just started shouting and fucking bawling and just directly started just going "fuck you, you pig" and all that,
Yeah,
and
but
then I've just boom cuffs on, and then I'm done. I'm in the fucking cells, and I'm getting a fucking shitty Section 5 fine for causing
yeah,
alarm, distress, or public order offence. So it's just not worth it. Do you know what I mean? They've just earned money off of me,
yeah.
the dirty bastards, because they just it
It's a
happens though, man.
balance.
You know, it happens. But
I, I,
like I say, I'm by doing that, I am undermining what I know, because obviously I know how to deal with a situation way better, way better. But like I
yeah,
say, bro, no one's perfect in it.
yeah. I
Got to be honest.
hear what you're saying. Like,
Got to keep it real.
I think it's a balance in terms of like the reason I brought up that story of the joint that I got arrested for. Like, I see him like a year later. Like, it was only
Yeah, the
like
same
2 weeks
officer.
ago,
Yeah.
something. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I see him walking out of where they arrested me, and I'm like, oh. You all right? Have you took any grinders off of any teenagers today, officer? And like I started digging myself into that hole a bit because I was provoking them for almost no
No, but that's
reason.
all
I
right
was
though.
like,
You've not, but by you asking that type of question, you've not committed any offence. So you
yeah,
can be
yeah, yeah,
sarcastic if
yeah,
you like, but obviously when you start using offensive words like telling them fuck off and all that, then obviously they'll have you for a Section 5. Or if you're
yeah,
like
yeah,
causing a mad disruption and you're moving mad, like, and you're fucking like obstructing and all that sort of stuff, then obviously they'll try to get you on a Section 14 to
yeah,
leave the area. And then if you refuse to leave the area because you're still fucking pissed off and you're like, I ain't going nowhere, you can't tell me where to go, then bang, they'll slap the cuffs on you. Just one of them, like,
yeah,
this is what it is. Or sometimes they'll just unlawfully do it and try to say, give you a Section 24, like where they believe or they're under suspicion or have lawful they have lawful intent to search you because they believe that you may commit a criminal act of some kind.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
just,
yeah.
bro, it's just rubbish. But like that's what they try to grab you on, and it just is what it is, man. Like, it's just another day in the office. Like, no matter how many times they fucking nick me or nick whoever, like, it's not going to change the fact I'm still going to be able to walk out them cells and still go and do what I want to do. They can put whatever order they want on me. I've had them fucking CBO orders, criminal behaviour orders, when I'm ironically not even actually committing any crimes. I'm just literally fucking protesting. Like when I tied myself to the town clock fucking years ago, and I got a CBO order which banned me from going in my own fucking high street from one top to the other end. But like, oh, bro, my door's just gone. But broski, I'm gonna have to shoot, yeah. But yeah.
Oh yeah, sure.
Big up on the live, man. I'll catch up with you soon, man.
Yeah, cool, man. This was a good chat. We could probably talk forever, but yeah, I love. Good chat, bro. I'll let you go.
Bro. Big up.
Sound, bro.